welcome back to Meeple Village. Today we're going to be playing Star Wars Imperial Assault. Join me at the table and let's play Imperial Assault. Alright guys, I got the game set up and ready to go. Let me tell you a little bit about what I have here on the board. We are going to be playing through the tutorial mission just to give you an idea of what Imperial Assault is all about. Obviously it can get a lot more complicated with more different bad guys that come into play and different skills that the heroes can have. But I just want to give you a basic idea of what the game's all about, and also I don't want to ruin any of the story, at least not in this video. If you want me to ruin story in another video, I will for sure do that. But in this, we're just going to go through the tutorial, which is just basically to let you know how, kind of give you a feeling of how to play. So I set up the game map as described in the Learn to Play booklet, and we have terminals, which are these two things over there, and we have a crate that we can search, and our objectives are simple. If we are the rebels, our objective is to defeat all the Imperial forces, so just defeat all the enemies. If we're playing as the Imperial forces, we have two ways of winning the game. One way is to defeat one of the heroes in the adventure, and another one is for one of the Imperial Officer or Stormtrooper, any of the Imperial players, to interact with a terminal. Okay, so in this game we're going to be playing a two-player game, and because of that we have less monsters. If we had more players, we'd be playing with a probe droid and also an engineer, but we're going to keep it simple for now, just two heroes. And let's see what else we got. We got two doors, and we have tokens. Conditions are here: damage, strain, and our dice. But that's it. We have our deployment cards that the Imperial player starts with, these two cards, which are the Officer and the Stormtrooper. We're ready to go. Let's go to gameplay. Alright, so the rebels are first, and during their turn they can take two actions. Just like most dungeon crawler games, we can move, and our speed is indicated in our character cards. We can attack. We can rest, which means that we regain strain, which you'll probably see me using. We can also interact, and interact is opening a door or interact with one of the terminals or search a crate. All of that is interact. This Imperial Officer has a special action. You see that arrow? That means that takes an action. It's an order. And if I want to spend one of his two actions, I can order and choose another friendly figure within two spaces, and that figure may interrupt to perform a move. And you'll probably see all of the actions that I mentioned during the game, I'm sure. So let's start. We have activation tokens. Right now they're both on the green side, which means that I can pick either one of my heroes to go. So I know that my heroes, all they gotta do is come and defeat some monsters. But because I have to interact with this door, and this door is far away, it's going to take me, I won't be able to attack them this turn. It's pretty much what I'm saying, because I have to move and interact with the door, and then they'll be able to attack me. So how about they spend some time opening that door, and they are the ones that need to spend that time. I mean, there's so many of them that it doesn't matter. One of them can open the door and the others will come attack me, but you know, let them handle that. I'm going to go ahead and start with our Jin, and she's going to do a move action. Now, how much does she move? Alright, so this is our rebel Jin, Sly Smuggler, and she has a speed of 5, so that means that she can move up to 5 squares. Now she also has a few abilities. Let's go over them right now. Quick draw. If I strain myself twice, or I put 2 strains on my endurance, which is 4, use at the start of a hostile figure's activation, interrupt to perform an attack with a pistol targeting that figure. Limit once per round. We don't have 2 activation tokens in the tutorial, so we ignore doing it twice. And then she's an opportunist. After you resolve an attack, if the target suffered 1 or more damage, move 1 space. Okay, and right here it tells us that she defends with a white die, her speed, her health, and these we don't need to worry about now, but I believe they're traits that we will use in other adventures. So with a speed of 5, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get that crate. 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I'm adjacent, I can interact. Also, it's important for you guys to know that I can interrupt my movement, which means that I've moved 4 out of my 5 speed. I can interact with an object and then move again, move the one that I have left. So that's also important to know. But right now I'm next to a crate, and I'm going to go ahead and what do we get? We get shock grenades. It's a consumable and explosive, and it takes a special action to use. Choose a space. Within 3 spaces, roll 1 yellow die. Each figure on or adjacent to that space suffers damage equal to the damage results and becomes stunned. And then we discard this. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep that with me. This gets discarded. Just put it over there. Because, well, it's already been searched, so we cannot search it again, which means that for this, all these cards are probably useless, but we'll just leave them there. With that, though, she's moved, she's interacted. Those are her 2 actions. She has 1 more movement she can do, and why not? Let's move her forward 1. There she is. By the way, I gotta tell you the story. But before I do, she has finished all of her activations, so we're going to turn her to the red side, meaning that she's been activated. And now we will go to the Imperial Officer. So the Imperial Officer is going to choose one of the 2 enemies to use right now, to activate right now. But what I was going to say is you've noticed that the figures are painted. They don't come like that. I actually painted those, and funny story, it was one of you guys that encouraged me to paint because I was very scared of painting. And one of your viewers, her name's Maria, wrote me a comment and even let me know where I could find a Learn to Paint kit. And I kind of lost her comment. I was never able to thank her because it appeared on my notifications, but when I went in further to try and read the whole thing, because it was a long message, I couldn't find it anywhere in the channel. I don't know, to this day I don't know where it is, but she did put me in that path of, I went online, I bought the Learn to Paint kit, and here we are. They're painted. I mean, I'm still a noob, so take it easy, but I did my best. And I think that at least they look better than when they were not painted. Anyways, we're done. Let's go to the Imperial, and who is he going to use? Is he going to use the Stormtroopers, or is he going to use the Officer? I think we're going to start with the, also as the Imperial Officer, I have a choice. I can use all my forces together and go one way, or I can flank these people. Now, I know that defeating one of these figures is not easy. They're a lot more powerful than me as the Imperial player. My guys are weaklings compared to these 2 tough women that are in there. But interacting with one of these things, that seems easy enough. If I can just get one of my guys to go in there and interact, and this one is kind of closer, so I don't know if I might actually divide and conquer. With that said, then I want to send the Officer to open this door because he's closer, but the Stormtroopers, I want to kind of split them up. So let's move the Officer first. Shall we move the Officer first, or shall we move the Stormtroopers first? You know what? Let's go with the Stormtroopers. Let's split them up. So this guy is going to go that way. Okay, so let's see how much do the Stormtroopers move, and they can also do 2 actions just like the heroes. They cannot attack twice. So the heroes can attack twice in a turn, perform the same attack action 2 times. But the Imperial officers, the Imperial enemies can only attack once per activation. But let's check out the Stormtrooper. So the Stormtroopers, they have a speed of 4, down at the bottom, health of 3. See, they're kind of weak. Their defense, and then that's what they roll for their attack. They're ranged enemies. Now, if they search, if they roll a search, that's what they can use it for. And they also have squad training while attacking. While adjacent to another friendly trooper, you may reroll one attack die. So they kind of want to stay together. That's what I'm hearing from this. So my splitting plan might have to be put on hold. I still think it's kind of beneficiary that they try and get to those as fast as possible. Now let's see. Over here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 steps to that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, that one's closer. And she's further, and she already went. So we'll send the Stormtroopers this way and see what happens. So they move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And also that way I'm kind of forcing this Jedi or Jin to open that door for me. I don't want to open the door. That's wasting an action. But he moved once, but of course now that he's here, he's stuck. He has nobody to attack, and he couldn't get to the door. So that's unfortunate. But I can move again, 1, and kind of wait there until someone comes and open that door for me. All right, another Stormtrooper. Now, I also have to say, see these red lines? That's impassable terrain, so I can't walk past. I can't jump down here. It's pretty much what I'm saying. I can't walk through this, past this wall. If you notice, it is kind of, yeah, some kind of wall. So I gotta kind of move around that. So he moves 4. We're gonna send the Stormtroopers all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he can move again. 1, 2, we'll just get him all here next to the door. And then this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and we'll just leave him right there. Like, hello, we're all here waiting for you. And with that, what I do is I tap or exhaust my Stormtrooper card, indicating that I've activated that group, and I cannot activate it again until I've activated all of my other groups, which means I gotta play with my officer next turn. All right, but same thing happened with the heroes. Now I can't. It's back to the hero's turn, and my hero is exhausted. She has a red activation, so I need to play with my Jedi. So I need to activate the Jedi next, and let's see how much does she move. What can she do? All right, she has a health of 12, an endurance of 5, speed of 4, and she has a couple of abilities that I need to use strain for. So precise strike. Use when you declare an attack with the Jedi weapon. Choose and remove, it's actually a melee weapon, but you know what I mean. Choose and remove 1 die from the target's defense pool. Limit once per activation, and then foresight. Use while defending to reroll 1 defense die. But there's no one to attack yet, and that's okay. We're both sides are kind of taking it slow. Again, if I move her and get that door open, I won't be able to attack this officer. But I am noticing that these guys are running that way, so I might want to, because all they have to do, if one of those guys, gets in there and gets to that terminal, it's game over. So I think I need to run. I need to leave this door here. I need to leave this guy in the past. And I need to move. I'll move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and move again. 1, 2, and I'm just going to stand right here in front of this terminal. I wish I could interact with it and kind of get rid of it or destroy it or something, but I can't. So that's what she's going to do. She moved twice, and now she is going to the red side. All right, so things are getting complicated. Now we have our officer, and let's check him out. How much does he move? What can he do? So our Imperial Officer has a health of 3, speed of 4. There's his defense. He's also ranged. That's what he can do with his surges. He is a leader, not a trooper, so he doesn't trigger the other troopers. And then remember his order. If he chooses to use an action, he can choose another friendly figure within 2 spaces, and that figure may interrupt to perform a move. So, but there's no figure within 2 spaces of him right now. And then he has an ability Cower. While defending, while adjacent to a friendly figure, you may reroll one defense die. So I think the Stormtroopers kind of have this. I thought about splitting them, and I think I'm still going to split them. If these guys don't get to the terminal, I will. So I'm just going to move my speed of 4. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to stop there, interrupt my move to open the door, interact with the door, and the door just gets removed. And then I had one more movement, so I'm right here, going straight towards that terminal. Let's see what you guys can do, Rebels. So with that, I've ended his activation, so I'm going to go ahead and exhaust him. And if you look around, everybody's exhausted. So at the end of a round, when everyone's been activated, there's a little bit of cleanup that goes on if you're playing like a regular, not the tutorial. But in the tutorial, there's not a lot of cleanup that needs to be going on. Usually during at the end of the round, you would unexhaust everything that has been used, etc., which is kind of what we're going to do. We're going to unexhaust all of our Imperial enemies, and we're going to set everyone back to green. All right, so now we're back to the Rebels' turn. And I see this guy. It's not like I don't see him. But I also see 3 Stormtroopers coming our way, and only one of them needs to get to the terminal. So what do? I think I'm going to have Jin go again, and I think the Rebels are going to have a hard time preventing 3 Stormtroopers from activating the terminal. I mean, yeah, I think they're going to lose, unfortunately. But I want you guys to see what happens when there's a battle, because honestly, they don't even have to attack anybody. All they got to do is interact with that terminal right there. So I'm going to have Jin go, and she has a speed of 5. So let's use, there's a wall here, so I need to make sure that I have line of sight so I can attack Mr. Officer. So 1, 2, 3. There I have a clear line of sight. Actually, I can even do, I was here right next to, I can even do 1, 2, 3 and get a little closer to him. Yeah, and I still have 2 more movements that I can use later. So from there, I am 1, 2, 3 away from him. So if I look at my weapon, my vintage blaster is rolling 2 green die. And if I get surges, I can add +1 damage or +1 accuracy, which is +1 range, which I don't need. Well, I mean, I don't know if I need. I'm gonna roll and check, but I'm at. I need a range. I'm at range 3, so I need to get 3 or more in order to hit. It's engraved with the words "Think fast." Okay, so let's roll our 2 green dice, and at the same time we're going to roll for the defense of the officer, which is a white die. Okay, here we go. Okay, wow, all right, let's see, what does that mean? So I have range is the numbers, so I have 3 range, which is enough because I'm 3 spaces away, so that's good. And then the little squarey things are the damage, so I have 3 damage, and I also have a surge. However, the Imperial Officer rolled an evade, so that cancels my surge. Okay, so but I'm still doing 3 damage to him, and actually 3 damage is enough to kill him. So at least I got rid of this guy getting to the terminal. So once he's defeated, he's out of the game. In other adventures, we might see him again. He might respawn, but here, as soon as he's out, he's out. He doesn't come back. So just keep him here. And I still have 2 more movements, so I'm going to move back towards the action. 1. There's an impassable thing here, so I gotta be careful. So 2 here, so I can shoot at these guys. Okay, so with that said, Jin's finished. And I think now the Stormtroopers can just roam free. I mean, there's There's not much that anybody can do about this. It's just too simple. But let's just go through it. So the Imperial Officer is next. And of course he has a choice. He doesn't want to activate the Imperial Officer because he's no longer there, so he's going to activate the Stormtroopers. So this Stormtrooper, who's over here, is going to first interact and open the door. So another door that is out of the game. And for his second action, why not? He is going to attack the Jedi. So what does he roll? Stormtroopers roll blue and green. It's range attack. Our hero is going to defend with a white die. Okay, let's see how we do. Alright, that's not bad. So that's a block, and that's an evade. You've seen that before. The Stormtrooper got enough range, got 4 in range, and he's only 2 away, so the attack does hit. However, we cancel, the block cancels a damage, and the evade cancels a surge. So all he's getting through is 1 damage. I will point out that she has Foresight, her ability used while defending, to reroll 1 defense die, which I would have used if I had rolled something like a blank. I would have probably used that. But she's only taking 1 damage out of the 12, so that's not that bad. So here's the damage. Like I said, I don't think the Imperials can win by killing one of the figures. But definitely walking over there and turning that, interacting with the terminal just seems too easy now that they've opened the door. This guy has gone. Let's turn him. Yeah. But over here, 1, 2, 3, of course, I'm adjacent to the terminal. However, I'm going to have Jin get some strain and try and kill this guy off. Well, I was going to try to use quick draw. That was my plan. But now that I read it, use at the start of a hostile's figure activation. Interrupt to perform an attack with the pistol targeting that figure. So I can't use it after he's already started moving. And I can't kill him from where he was standing. So unfortunately, I think the rebels are screwed. Yeah, my plan was to have her shoot him from here, 1, 2, 3, and attempt to kill him. But if he was standing back here at the beginning of his turn, and I can't shoot through walls. So she has nothing. So for his second action, all he has to do is interact with that terminal, and the Imperial forces have done it. They actually have win the tutorial. So, but at least you kind of saw how the game runs really quick. Turns go by pretty quickly. The rebels have an advantage in power. They're more powerful as far as health wise. They have more health. However, the Imperials are many more, and that is very thematic. That's kind of how it is in the movies. There's a lot of Stormtroopers, but they can't aim right. But that's it, guys. That's a full run through of Star Wars Imperial Assault. Well, guys, there you have it. That was a full run through of Star Wars Imperial Assault. Of course, I know it was just a tutorial, and you didn't get to see a lot of the stuff that the game has to offer, but at least you have an idea of what the game feels like. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more, leave us a comment, give us a like. Also, don't forget, subscribe to the channel and join us on Twitter and Instagram so you can see cool pictures of your favorite board games, and also you can be notified of what game we're going to be playing next, and also you can let us know what game would you like to see played next here on Meeple Village. I will see you guys on the next video, but until then, may you play more games.